Okay, great. Now we are on live. Actually. Where is everybody? Oh, yeah.
I suppose they're still connected, maybe.
Yeah, I hope it's gonna be great.
Yeah, long days here.
Long here. Combination. Um, this shouldn't be taking so long. Mm. Okay, we need to continue. Can one of you kick off and give us some feedback on your committee work? Lombi or Maggie?
Hello? Okay.
Yes.
So I'll just give a brief rundown of our activities in the last month. So for starters, we had a new Arabic facilitator, and she's brilliant. I have no complaints apart from, I mean, the little things like she's trying to catch up. There are certain things where she doesn't know that she's not supposed to do things a certain way, but otherwise she's brilliant. She's so full of energy, and I'm very happy with her. And we're still trying to kick off a subcommittee on something called the election subcommittee, but we're still trying to find a way to set a proper foundation for it before we can actually start, because I think it's something that would be very serious. So if we can't just start it without thinking things through properly. We need to think of the structure and how it's going to work exactly. So that's something that's still in the pipeline. And then the Ahmed, I can't remember if that's his name. He was from Talking About a magazine just now, and the French facilitator in my committee is also she kicked off her magazine. I can't remember what it's called, but I posted something about it in the group, and so I think they should probably talk and work together and see if maybe they could help each other somehow, because they're both working on similar issues. Yeah, and then so our projects, we're still trying to find a way to kick off an advocacy toolkit that was finally released for the public by the task team and Plan UK, Restless Development. So I have hard copies and have links to copies which I should circulate. I've just realized I still haven't done that. So that's one of the things that we're trying to work on. And conferences, there's the African Youth and Governance Conference coming up. Excuse me. It's going to be in South Africa, but then they're still trying to figure out the date. No, the venue. Sorry, they're trying to figure out the venue, but it's supposed to be in August. And I already shared the link before I could do it, so that's the same conference. And then lots of the things that are about to happen have a lot to do with collaboration. So I was thinking that it would make sense if I could collaborate with either the gender committee or the education committee, or anyone who's willing to find a way to work on this together. There's something called the Commonwealth Youth, Gender, and Equality Network. And it's a new network, and they're trying to work with as many young people as possible. Except we're having our first workshop in Malta in May next month, and so I'll be one of the facilitators for this. And I feel that it would be important to get as many offline voices as possible. There'll only be about 25 or 35 young people, and so it's a small start. But I think that we should find a way to also get the voices of people who are not actually at the conference. And then there's something called the Global Youth Service Day that's coming up this month. And so it's a collective effort of young volunteers from around the world. So I will also circulate that document so that everyone can have an idea what it's about. Yes, sorry, I think my 2 minutes my 2 minutes is way past. But yeah, so basically that's what's going on in my committee.
Thank you. Okay. Just a quick question: who is applying for the conference on governance? Anyone of your committee or you are applying?
No. I've had so much going on, but it's I don't know if anyone has applied for it yet. I haven't applied. I went last year. It was actually in Zambia last year, and then this year it's in South Africa. So I'm trying to encourage as many people as possible to apply. I haven't applied yet, unfortunately, but I will. And yeah, I think it's going to be really good.
And the Commonwealth network is also by application to have people participate in it?
Yes, the applications were running for a while and they closed. And so I think they've already selected people to attend that, which is why I still think they're still trying to get people's voices, offline voices, people who are not going to be at the conference. So it would be nice to just have people giving feedback and being involved. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I think that will be interesting for Maggie and the gender committee. So
Okay, thank you. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Okay. All right. From the gender committee, there isn't really much for now, but we have a new member of the committee who is the deputy chairperson, and he's called Mohammed. He's from Sudan. He's really good to work with. He's cooperative and has a good experience working on issues related to gender. And we also have had one of the facilitators resigning, and this is the Arabic-speaking facilitator, Basma, is no longer with us. So this means that we are still looking for a facilitator in the Arabic section. But as of now, Muhammad is able to carry out some tasks that would need Arabic facilitation because he's also good at Arabic. And I went to Kenya, so I met Rachel one year. It's unfortunate that she also was a little bit tied up and she couldn't do the facilitation as needed. But then I was trying to help out with it, and we were to have a question and answer meeting with Vivian Onano. I guess most of you know her. She stands in the advisory board of the United Nations Women Youth Committee. So I think she might have been really tied up with this session of the Commission Status of Women that was just a few weeks ago. But I'm pretty sure that we're still going to have a question and answer session with her. So if you may have some questions that you need to ask Vivian in relation to gender, youth, and everything, you can feel free to send them to me, and then I can add them up to the questions that I already have down on paper. I clarified a few things with Rachel as well, because as the English facilitator, she also was stuck a little bit on a few things, so we managed to sort it out. And as the gender committee, we have come up with an online survey just to get the views and ideas from the youth all over Africa. So we have been translating it. We had the base document in English, and then it's been translated into Arabic by Muhammad, and he's done with that. So we're waiting for our seal to translate it into French, and then this will be ready for the public. Then we urge all of you to take a look at the survey, fill it up, and let us know so that we can really have a real good benchmark where to start from as the gender committee. Yeah, so far that is that, and we're still working together with the new person coming in, with somebody else resigning. So yeah, we're still putting things together, but hopefully everything will be back in line. Thank you.
Thank you, Maggie. Just a quick question about the Q&A session. When do you think you can have it?
By next week, we should have it, because now she told me she's done with her involvement. Then we can arrange, because she said that she didn't want to do it in a hurry. She wanted really, because I told her that it would be recorded and shared, so she really wanted it to be something really good. Yeah.
Cool. And then one more question for the survey. In what Ahmed wrote on the survey, it's really good. Mohammed, I think that's his name. And what is the main goal from the survey? So is it like a research project? So then you start with the survey and then you have like another goal from it?
It's going to act more like a starting point, so that we should really know what areas we really need to focus on that concerns the youth, and what is it that the youth are really looking for, and what is the understanding of the youth in terms of gender equality. So we have established this survey so that we can have an idea of how we should work and which key areas we should really tackle into as the gender committee. Yeah.
Great. So who is next? Maria? Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. For the Peace and Security Committee, for the last 2 months, February and March, we had representations for major events in Addis, one of which was a seminar on Sciences Po, Paris, from France, where we had the UN envoy, former UN envoy for, I think, the Arab League, Brahimi Lakhdar, brought his students from Sciences Po to have an exchange with students from the Institute of Peace and Security. There were debates that were raised on the status of peace and security in Africa. So there I had the opportunity to introduce AYM. And also on that same day, we had the visit of former president of Nigeria, Obasanjo, who visited the Institute. And in preparation for the next coming Tana High Level Forum for Head of States, which is in April, this April 18th to 20th. So I also had the opportunity to introduce what AYM is doing and everything. And then early March, we had another workshop where I attended at the University for African Program here in Addis Ababa. It was a workshop that was meant to build capacity in publication for African issues. So there I was very shocked when I introduced myself and I said I'm the deputy chair of African Youth Movement. And I got some participants from Kenya who really know about AYM in Kenya, and it's very involved, and they were so impressed. I was also impressed to know that the Kenyan branch is doing so well. So, and then we also had, as part of our publications on the status of peace and security in Africa, we wrote an article on Tunisia. I think by the end of the day, Aya, you'll receive it. Then we are, hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, we are having some conferences that we are still waiting for reply for the next month to attend. But most of our activities will be centered on research and publication. That's what I just want to highlight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria.
You're welcome.
So Nina, maybe next, and then Joseph. Hello, Nina, can you hear us?
Okay, maybe I can start.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Well, greetings, everyone. I came in late, so I think I've missed part of the first session. Nevertheless, I'm here representing the Committee on the Environment and the Sustainable Development. So, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you perfectly.
All right. So, to begin with, I would want to give an update concerning our committee.
Joseph, we can't hear you anymore.
Data simply because he wasn't showing up in most of the meetings.
Sorry, Joseph, but sorry. There was a time we could not really hear you, so maybe if you can just start all over again from the update, because I have to record what you're saying.
Okay, all right. Can you
Yeah,
hear me
thank
now?
you. Yes, I can hear you now.
All right. I was saying I'll start with the update before maybe going into some activities which we are looking forward to. To begin with, I was talking about I'm having like some challenges in coordinating with some facilitators, particularly the facilitator for Flinch. I think since the appointment, he hasn't been fully quite available. So I've tried, of course, even consulting Aya on how best we can go about it, but still more it seems like he's not showing up. So I've really had challenges to work out on the French part. And then on the English aspect, we've been working with the English facilitator, and we successfully managed to, she organized the discussion session, which of course had some technical challenges, but currently she's still engaging with the different people whom we had who were supposed to attend the session. So they're still linking up, and I'm told they are likely to do the session early this month. And on the Arabic, we haven't managed to organize any session for the facilitation, and it seems like Ofa, who is the Arabic facilitator, has been quite committed so much. She's been busy, and just listened. She wrote me that she wanted just to like to retire, or maybe to step down from her position because she felt like maybe she will not manage to cope up. So we are still discussing see how best we can go about that. So currently about the facilitators, I can say maybe we are at least making some progress with the English facilitator. Hoping that shortly we'll be able to catch up with others. And the vice chairperson of our committee, the deputy chair, is no longer with us currently because she had some problems in coping up with the rate at which we are working, and she was not available in most of the activities. So currently she's not operating as the deputy chair as it was before. So that's about maybe the members within my team. Currently, it means we are just working with like 3 of us. And then there's a conference which we've been invited. Particularly, I've been invited to attend the Global Climate Youth Summit. And that will take place in Germany from 20 to 25th May this year. And then as a committee, we arranged that before that meeting, because the meeting is going to discuss issues to do with the global warming, like the Kyoto Protocol. There were those agreements to say they didn't want it to find ways how we can maintain the global temperatures so that it should not go beyond the 2 degrees agreement. So the conference is focusing on mobilizing young people to discuss on a new action plan, which is going to be presented to the G8 meeting, which is going to take place in Germany as well. And then that paper is also going to be presented in Paris during the COP meeting. So as a committee, we have arranged that during this summit, we are going to have like a Google Hangout with all the facilitators so that people can participate in that. And on the same, wanted maybe even before going to that summit, we can have a session just to collect different views from young people across the globe, so that when I'm going to that meeting as the chair of the Committee of Environment and Sustainable Development, we should have already our position and maybe some issues which we would need to present, and then we'll still open up a room for contribution during the summit. So currently, in Malawi, I'm organizing some youth and environment talk show. I've linked with the Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources, and I've also extended the invitation to some tertiary institutions. The purpose is to bring different young people in Malawi, and then we should discuss on issues pertaining to environment, and also some issues which are going to feed into our committee. And not only that, we are also working on possibilities of engaging some rural-based youth organizations so that we can also have their input. So it's not only in Malawi, because the planning is that almost every person who is in the committee is going to have at least a certain activity locally which can aim at mobilizing youth to contribute to different topics which as you know that some of the youth might not have access to internet as we do, so we want to still engage them so that we can hear their contributions. I think I've talked much, so maybe I should stop there for a while.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you so much. We'll discuss more about your committee members later. And let's move on to maybe Nina or Nesta.
Yes, hello?
Yes, Nina, go ahead.
Yes, I'm here to talk on behalf of the Education Committee. I'm the chairperson of Education Committee, and for the past 2 months, that is from February to March this month, I mean, today is the 1st of April. So what happened is that we're having some issues in our group relating to membership participation, and we decided to replace some members who were not showing up, who were not communicating, like Arabic facilitator, French representative, and as well as English representative. So these 3 members were not active at all, and we decided to replace, and we went on we went back to the previous applications where people were interested to join the AYM under the Education Committee. So we went to see if those applicants are still interested to join the AYM, so that together we can work into under the Education Committee. So far we wrote a mail to those applicants to see if they are still interested, and we had 3 applications so far, and amongst these applications we have 2 applicants who are interested to be Arabic facilitators, and the 3rd applicant is actually interested to be the French facilitator. So we didn't have we didn't receive any application from the English, I mean under the English facilitator position. So as a chairperson, I believe that when you're the leader of a group, you need to work you need to take into consideration the views of others members. So for me to start working only two of us, like me and and the deputy chair, it will not be effective. So I believe that it would be good for us to have at least three to four members before starting the work. So sincerely, we were not that way active for the past months because of this situation, and also I was admitted in the hospital for 2 weeks, and that made me to be off. I was not actually communicating with my deputy chair to see how we can do about the three applicants who were able to send their applications showing their interest. So now we are going to analyze these three applicants and make the selection. And I'm happy that now we are on April, and we are going to make sure we are going the work under the education committee is going to move on. So I really promise you, we are very proud of you, and we cannot leave you just like that. And in fact, we are together. So this is what I wanted to say under the education committee. So it's this April that we are going to start the work properly, yeah, because actually we are not that way active, and we need contribution from all the members. You know, we send a joint plan of actions from all our members at the beginning, but if you don't have active members to put this plan of action into practice, to realize the plan of action, it will be useless. So in fact, this April we are going to start the work. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nina, and I hope you're feeling better now. I'm sorry about your sickness. And
Yes, yeah. So if I was invited to like 6 conferences, and I could not take part in it because I was sick, admitted, tired, so I couldn't just leave the hospital and start traveling. So but now we are going to make sure, I thank God that everything's fine now. We are going to start the work, continue the work where we stopped. Thank you very much.
thank you, Nina. And I also understand that you were selected also after all the committees. So you were selected basically in the beginning of February. So that's also one of the challenges why the communication committee is struggling. And as you said, this month we have to fix the two members that are missing from your committee. And then I'm sure with your leadership it will work on. So thanks so much. We still have Nesta.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, are you hearing me?
Can you put it closer?
Okay, like this? Is it okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. Perfect.
Well, okay, thank you so much. And I'm pleased to see you here and to exchange also because it's been a long time we haven't seen each other. I am the chair of the African Union Affairs and Regional Coordination. So I am congratulating for this initiative also. Because I think there is a lot to say to each other so that we try to improve our work on the AYM. In my community, we have added um, 3 members, which is Arabic facilitator, which are Arabic facilitator, and English one, and media coordinator. So why we have asked for another, it is just because Bashir, who was the English facilitator, was not at all joinable. It was a bit difficult to join him so that to find Google Hangouts. And the Arabic one, we did not have an Arabic facilitator. That's why we asked to the team, the AYM team, to maybe to try to find some candidates so that we choose one suitable for our committee. It is the same for the media coordination. The media coordination, it is
Sorry,
just because we have, yeah.
we're having a problem hearing you very well, and Maggie especially is taking the minutes.
You don't hear me?
If
You
anybody,
hear me?
I hear you very well, but some other members are not hearing you. So maybe if you just Maggie, do you hear
Yeah,
me?
you're breaking. You're breaking. I can't get a full sentence from what you're saying. So maybe you can be closer to the mic, or you can also be a little bit slower.
maybe it's my microphone that work at all. Like this, you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I was from the point of the media coordinator. Um, I was saying that we have asked for the media coordinator, just because we find a little, there's so much noise. I think. You get me now? Okay. Um, hello?
Yes. So
Okay.
you said you need one more member. Who is the member missing?
It is the major coordinator and the Arabic one, and another one for the English facilitator.
So the one missing is the English facilitator.
Yes, English facilitator, because it
Okay.
is difficult to join Bashir.
Okay.
Something else I want to say is, up to now we have some issue about internet. It is a little bit difficult to join all the members to do our hangout. We tried to plan to welcome the newcomers, but it was a bit difficult. As soon as we tried to plan to do a hangout so that you can watch out the movie, um, it is failing. Maybe we just have one member on the hangout. It might be, for example, my deputy and I, or Isa, the French facilitator, and I. And it is a bit difficult, I think, to work like this. And I don't know, maybe you, the chair of the AYM, I want to say, you have discussed with Isa from Mali, the French facilitator, because she was supposed to be in tennis, isn't it?
In where? Sorry?
Isa, I'm talking about Isa, supposed to
Yes.
be in tennis. Yeah, I told her
Oh,
also to talk with you so
no,
that
she
we
didn't.
try to
She
get
didn't talk to you.
maybe
No, I didn't know
what?
she was here.
You didn't see her.
No.
Oh, maybe she will contact you because she told me that she will come at your home and try to exchange a little bit on what we are suffering in our community, something like this. Okay, and so that you also try to show her how to plan hangouts to involve many people on the conference.
Mm.
Okay. Maybe another point, I'm coming back to the point I was saying, is that it is difficult to gather all members and discuss throughout the hangout. And I don't know how to manage to get all those people for our meeting because we tried to exchange some plans throughout the YAUMET, but it is not, I think, comfortable in the AYM mission that maybe call us to do some hangouts to register so that other people try to watch it just after the meeting. But I don't know, maybe you, the chair, you try to contact them separately so that they make sure the internet works good. Okay? And up to now, I have not yet planned to meet, the newcomers so that to exchange some experiences. We've done it with my deputy as I was a bit busy. It was only two people that were discussing about our community, but we have never, gathered all the people in our community. And another point of what I would like to share with you is that I have started with my committee to plan a conference. The date is on next November with a Pan African movement that is settled in Gambia. It's only one chapter of the Pan African movement that is in Johannesburg. And after discussing, um, we have planned to organize a conference in Senegal that will bring maybe some members of the AY, the chairs of our committees, and some who are coming from Gambia and those who are here in Senegal. And as we have discussed about it, it was a little bit stressed on how to finance this activity here in Senegal. And for this, I think that AYM members will try to help us find some sponsors about this activity because we'll bring some people, we'll have to arrange their flights and their accommodation here in Senegal. Because in our will is to get here the AYM chair, Aya, and you also as chairs of other committees so that we try to exchange on what matter to Africa and how to better our activities in the AYM.
Okay, Nesta, sorry, the voice is breaking too much. I want to understand your last point. Yes, Maria, I'm coming to you. Just 1 minute. You're saying you are organizing something in Senegal, and you want everybody to be there physically.
Yeah, in the committee, I would say, chairs of committees, for example.
Or the committees, all the committees.
Chairs committees, and you, the chair of the AYM, and the Pan-African movement, which is in Gambia. Some of them will come here to Senegal to exchange in this program.
What's
it will be on next level. What?
What's the program called?
What, sir?
Sorry, what's the program called that you said people are coming for?
The Pan-African movement from Gambia, you want to say?
Yes,
Aya.
Go ahead.
Maybe we can have Maria to give us the updates first, then she can leave, then we can keep on talking with Nesta. Nesta, do you mind if Maria comes in now? And then you can keep up after her. Because she wants to leave and, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Right.
Okay, thank you very much. With regards to our members, actually, we are still facing the same issue, the same challenges we raised last time. I'm very surprised, honestly, that you get emails from the French and the English facilitators, but when we write to them, they don't reply. Like, we have canceled several hangout meetings just because we want everybody to be involved. But irrespective of the fact that we send them emails, we don't get any feedback from them. So we decided between the chair, and the Arabic facilitator, Sukiana, we agreed that we are going to launch calls for new facilitators. That will help us to carry out our committee, because we have realized that this is really making the committee not to give any concrete output, or maybe we might have something to do, and then because we are waiting for the others, we cannot do it. Another issue I also wanted to raise here is that last time we mentioned during the last meeting that we are planning to organize like a forum, actually, for the Peace and Security Committee, which will be held every year. So you asked us to develop like a project, and then we give it to you, how convincing it is. I just wanted to inform you that we have tried to conceive something in our group, and by the mid-April, you get a feedback from us. And then another thing is I will be organizing, together with Charles and Sukiana, in May. We'll be organizing an event at the EU, European Union, which concerns the stakes of peace and security in Africa. We'll also have representation this month. And Charles is going to Lebanon. The chair is going to Lebanon, which concerns peace and security. And then I will also be going to South Africa from the 27th to the 1st of May for a conference on environmental ethics and indigenous knowledge systems. So I just wanted to tell you. Then one more thing, please, we need, I really appreciate the help of of Isaac. Yeah, is it Isaac? Isaac, yeah, I do appreciate his help. Whenever we need, we want to hold hangouts, he has been helping us to create rooms for us. But we had one challenge. I don't know if the hangout we had last time was registered on YouTube or not, because the thing is, the room we created, I could come in, Sukiana could come in, but we couldn't go on air, and we did not know how to go about it. Then Charles had difficulties also to access the room. So what I really want to request, please, as I said earlier, is that we are really in dire need of an IT facilitator. We really need it. That is what we need in our committee. And then we also need a French and an English facilitator, because I think we have given them, we have been patient enough in our committee, and it's not good for the committee because it seems like we are not producing or we are not doing any efforts. That's what I want to say. I want to wish you all all the